Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm back. I need to take that video down. Hey, let's start this thing back over then. Oh, let's start this thing right back over. Hold on, let's start it back over. Man, I'm back. Man, they cut me off. I'm back though. Hey, we gonna start it back up again. Smash that like button. Hey, here we go. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Let's go. Come on. That's what I'm talking about, baby. We back. We back like I never left. They gonna cut my live stream off. I got some haters, man. I got some haters. Smash that like button. Share this out. Smash this like button. Share this out. We back like I never left. Come on. Oh, they can't stop us now. They can't stop us now. We got Trump in the White House. I'm telling you, they can't stop us. Oh, they don't like that. I know they don't like that. Come on now. Come on. Smash that like button. It's lit. We back, baby. Hey. Woo! Look. You think the bank gon' let you disrespect Pop, nigga? I think that Oakland show gon' be your last stop, nigga. They call foul. I don't know why you still pretend. Man, they try to cut my live stream, folks. Why they cut my live stream? I'm back though. I had to appeal it. Welcome back, man. Welcome back, man. Welcome back, man. We was going in. That was a powerful live stream. You know, when they cut the live stream off, we say account suspension 1 minute in live to avoid suspension. Now I already ended my live. So look, I was on TikTok be hating conscious. Well, I was on a live stream and they just cut my live stream off, right? And I'm like, and I knew I was talking about some truth. And normally that type of truth they'll cut off. And I didn't even get any warnings this time, which was weird. Normally they give you like 2 warnings and then, you know, something, they just cut it. So I'm like, come on, man. So I went ahead and appealed it. And instantly they approved my appeal. And so obviously I wasn't giving misinformation. See, that's the key thing. Because all I was talking about was the truth that Trump has exposed and that we have exposed with the border crisis. Someone goes, should I go back down that line again? Somebody was hating on me, right? Somebody's hating on me for exposing the truth because they don't like what Trump stands for. I don't know how people can hear about what Trump is doing and be upset with Trump. Trump said we're going to end the wars. Ukraine, we're going to end that war. Putin's ready to end the war in Ukraine. Why don't people focus on, why is it only the negative? The Democrats, whoever don't like Trump, why can't you at least say, well, I don't like Trump, but I do like that he wants to end the wars. I do like that he wants to get the war done in Gaza before he gets election. Why can't they say, well, I do like that Robert Kennedy wants to get the poison out of our food and all the chemicals out of our food? You know what I'm saying? Why can't they say, well, I do like the idea of getting rid of government waste? Well, why can't they acknowledge any of these good things that are coming out of his administration? I do like the idea of getting rid of neocons. What is this? You see, they don't want you to think about that stuff. They don't want you to focus on that. All they say is he's getting rid of democracy. He's bad and all this and that. But I've seen nothing but good so far. Okay? Ending wars is a good thing. Fixing the border, you understand something? Fixing the border is going to solve so many crises, right? It's going to make America great again. A lot of the missing people and stuff that are going because of this border crisis, that's going to come to an end. I don't understand this. Why don't people see that? Why don't people see that? And this is the part, the issue that I have. Why don't, especially American people, acknowledge that Trump said he wants to cut your taxes? Trump, they're talking about getting rid of income tax. Do you understand how powerful that is for you and your family to keep some of your money? Do you understand how much money you paying in taxes right now? It's an insult. Taxes is really an insult. It's an insult. You know why it's an insult? Because your paper money is worthless anyway. They're devaluing the dollar. The dollar is becoming worth less. The paper money, the Federal Reserve note, that dollar is not money. It's being constantly devalued right now. So you got a piece of paper that's losing value, the inflation, they're printing more of it, and then you're getting taxed heavy on it. So Trump say we want to end the tax on tips. Trump say we want to end income tax. Trump say we want to stop taxing people on their Social Security. Trump say we want to stop taxing people on their Social Security. Hey, Vegas Night, I know nothing. Come on up. I'm going to invite you to the live stream right now. Vegas Nights, I'm going to invite you to the live stream so maybe you can explain to me what I don't know and what you do know. Or send me an invite. Let me see here, because I don't see the ability to bring you up. Send me an invite, Vegas Nights. Look, we're going to open up this live stream for the people who want to debate that. We're going to debate tonight. Since people say I don't know what I'm talking about, come on up to the live stream. Let me open this thing up. Let me open this thing up, okay? Let me figure out. Send me a request. Let me figure out how to change this up, man. We're going to bring some people up here tonight. Because people want to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. And I want to know what you're thinking. Let me see. Guess. Let me change this. Let me change the way this looks right now. Let's do it like this. We're going to switch the grid up. What happened? Did the grid switch? It ain't switch? Hold on real quick. Let me get this thing hooked up, man. Let me get this thing hooked up. Yeah. No. 1 second. Here we go. Change the grid look panel. There we go. Switch it. There we go. If you want to come in, man, come on in on the live stream, man. We're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to talk about it tonight because I don't understand. If there's people out there who want to explain to me why it's not a good idea to end the wars. There's people who out there want to explain to me why it's not a good idea to get rid of income tax and Social Security tax. Okay? People want to explain to me why it's not a good idea to get the chemicals out of the food and water. Please, explain this to me. Explain this to me. I really want to understand it. People want to, why is it not a good idea to get people out of our government that are not working for our best interests? Explain that to me. I don't ever understand that. I don't understand this. Why they hating Trump so much? Explain to me, why is it such a bad thing that Trump is not even in office and the market is up? Crypto is up. People are making money. The future seems brighter. What's so bad about that? What's so bad about giving the states the power to determine how people want to live and conduct in their state, to get rid of a federal bureaucracy that controls you and tells you how to live? What's so bad about giving power back to the people? Why don't people, states' rights, why don't you realize that you have more power in your state voting locally than you have on a federal level? If you're in a state that doesn't reflect your values, move to another state. Don't limit yourself, okay? Don't limit yourself, all right? You have a right and freedom to travel. You got a right and freedom to travel. So what's so bad? Because I didn't hear any solutions of this nature coming from the other party. What's so bad about that? Somebody tell me. Tell me what's bad about ending the war. Tell me what's bad about getting the poison out the food. Tell me what's bad about ending corruption. Tell me what's so bad about this. How can you be this brainwashed? I don't know. Explain it to me. Somebody got to come up here. Huh? Exactly. I can't wrap my head around people hating on them for this. I don't get it either. Bro, I spoke with Trump today. What's up with that? Brad. Oh yeah, Brad Garnerhouse spoke with Trump. Yeah, XRP, look, most undervalued digital asset on the planet, XRP. Brad Garnerhouse sat down with Trump. We're going to get Gary Gensler up out of there, okay? Gary Gensler is on his way out, okay? That's very bullish for XRP. Meme coins on the XRP ledger getting ready to take off, because when people get XRP and they want to look at what's on the XRP ledger in the XRP ecosystem, and people love meme coins, and when they look at the meme coins in the XRP ledger, drop and other meme coins are getting ready to take off, okay? They're getting ready to take off. Yeah, more taxes, LOL, more poison, more opposition on your rights. That's the solution of the left. Yeah, I don't understand it. I really don't, and I see these people and they never really can articulate themselves. And it hurts so bad, because these same people, when you ask them, well, what policy do you like of Kamala Harris? Or what is her greatest achievement? They don't know. They can't answer it. So why are you buying into propaganda from people that aren't providing any solutions to you? Well, Trump is a racist, and Trump is a misogynist, and Trump is all these things that's not true, that you can't substantiate, but yet you're telling me you don't even know the agenda of your own party that you're supporting. And now Trump is in office and all these good things are happening. And you see it as bad. I don't understand that. They never say nothing, right? They never say nothing. They're so indoctrinated, they don't know shit. Seems like, yeah, I don't get it. They hate him because he's from New York City. Government control. Listen, big government is not a good thing. You don't want big government. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Okay? They want to free college tuition, free everything. They want to invite everybody from other countries across the border, come here for free. AOC and all them, come get free housing. This is good for America. No, it's not. The states have a budget. The state's budget is upside down right now. Money is not free. You understand? There are people here in the United States, they weren't even addressing the people here in the US. They made an agenda about things that people didn't care about. People care about how they're going to pay for their food, their car, their clothing, the roof on their head. All they hear is, we're going to give money to people who aren't even from here. Come on to America, the border's open. That was what they was running on. And then, now this is what crazy. This was really crazy. Smash that like button, man. Get this live stream back popping again. Man, I'm back like I never left. They're going to suspend my live stream. Cut my live stream off. Got some hater. Don't report me. Man, y'all better stop playing with me. So check this out. Kamala Harris, okay, she went $20 million over budget. They gave her $1 billion. Where's the money? It's an insult. This is an insult to energy. Yeah, smash that like button. Tap the screen. Where's the money? All that money that they wasted, paying Megan Thee Stallion, paying Oprah, paying Sexy Red, paying all these people, that could have went to the people. The people, oh my goodness, we just had a hurricane in North Carolina and other places that really need some help. And you know what? Oh my goodness, y'all gonna get me upset. Cut the live stream. I'm gonna get upset. They had the nerve to get on the news and tell you $750. What is $750? Kamala, how can you get in front of the media and say we're gonna give you $750 for the victims of hurricanes? But you made $1 billion in your campaign and you paying these entertainers millions of dollars to twerk on stage. False. What's false? I saw Kamala Harris say something about $750. Don't tell me that's false now. That I could have sworn that's what I saw. Let me know. I'll bring you up, Michi. Okay? But the point is, she had $1 billion. She got about $1 billion in donations. Right? And now they $20 million in debt. Trump offering to pay the money, pay them some money to get them out there. Come on, yeah? It don't make no sense. Yeah, I'm right. I thought I was right. And listen, if I'm ever wrong or off base, don't be afraid to let me know. But you're gonna have to let me know. You ain't gonna be able to just say, look, I got people and they come into the live stream and they just say I'm wrong. And I'm like, all right, well, come on the live stream and tell me how I'm wrong. Like, substantiate your claims, add some value. Let me hear the counter narrative. Nah, they don't have it. Like, well, don't just get on here and say I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work for me. You know what I'm saying? I got too much sauce. You know what I'm saying? I got too much sauce. Let me see here. Ask the Froster in Chief about money. Who the Froster in Chief? Froster in Chief, Kimberly. Who's a Froster in Chief? Yeah, where are we investing in? Talk to me. And silver, physical silver, gold. My fault, Conscious. I just realized I had brought you up. What's good, brother?
Not much. How you been, man?
Yeah. I'm doing good, brother. Yeah, you see they trying to cut me off, man. I had to appeal it, man. We back though.
Yeah, that's TikTok for you. So they gave me a strike the other day because I posted an article about the WEF, about crypto and which cryptos they partner with and all that stuff. It basically gave me a strike. Took my video down.
Yeah,
It was
bro.
crazy. But yeah,
They
speaking
with
of
the
Kamala, man, so she was at the beginning, what, like $1 billion she raised? Then
yeah.
at the
That's what
end,
I
she was like
heard.
$20 million in debt because she paid Beyonce $10 million, Meg Thee Stallion $5 million. Like, you got to connect with the average American person. You got to connect with American people. like we don't care about no celebrities, you know? Like when people's pockets are hurting, and
Right.
on top of that, you know, she came out there talking about $750 for people who lost their house, their livelihood and everything. What's $750 gonna do with inflation like 25%?
It's crazy. It's crazy. And I think I saw somewhere Oprah tried to say she didn't get $1 million. You know they paid Oprah to get her on that platform.
Or is she a joke? Oprah's a
Yeah.
joke because she was the one who said, remember the fire at what was it, Hawaii? When her and that bozo on the steroids, what's his name, The Rock? They were up there begging people, talking about, oh, Americans need to stick together and pension. And then on
Yeah.
top of that, she talking about she had no money, but all of a sudden she had $150 million to donate to Kamala Harris.
Right.
Like, yo, get her out of here. And oh boy, taking steroids, his brain ain't working.
Yeah.
Thanks
It's
for having
crazy.
me up, man.
Hey, no, Michi, I thought I had pressed the button earlier when I saw your comment. But yeah, go ahead,
Listen,
bud. So what's your counter narrative? What's your opposition to the truth I'm driving?
all right. Now, bro, the election is over with. Am I right? The election is over with. So all through this whole campaign, you had enough time to investigate and to know the truth about how it works. Okay, $750 is just for the immediate use. They get other stuff after that, like help with building their houses and help with stuff like that and help with other stuff. They did $750 just for immediate. Now, it's horrible that y'all still saying the same things after election is over with. This is ridiculous.
No,
And what was wrong? Why y'all all so on her who she brought up when y'all had when Republicans had Hulk Hogan taking off his shirt? You had Amber Rose up there with her bald headed ass, don't know what she want to do. You had a whole bunch of people, country singers and all this, bro. So why y'all all messing with this woman on who she had? She was just trying to get the people, younger folks together. I mean, I don't get that. What? This is ridiculous. And another question. Trump has been on stage after the election. He has not said what he was going to do for the middle class, what he was going to do for the black folks who voted for him. Y'all's like, y'all almost left out. Oh man, this is ridiculous, man. Y'all, black folks voting for Trump, man. That is the most disgraceful thing, bro. After y'all knew this man's history, you knew this man talking about watermelon on Halloween. This man's history as far as racism and the people who follow him, like the Boogaloo Boys, the Proud Boys, and the Triple X gang following this man, and the blacks still gonna vote for him, talk about their pockets. Y'all niggas is embarrassing for real. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disrespect, but y'all are really embarrassing, bro.
Let me reply
Y'all
back to
really
him real
are.
quick.
what'd you
Hold
say,
up.
Conscious?
So, hold up. Do you know the history of Kamala Harris?
Yeah, I know the history of Kamala Harris
What did she do
because
to black
I
men? Answer the question.
investigated both of them.
What did she do to a black man when she was DA? Let's see if you know something. Go ahead.
What she do to her, bro? She was a district attorney, so her job was to lock people up who came in front of her who had papers on her desk, bro. And I got facts on the lady who got put in jail for not sending her kid to school. I got facts on that. I got facts on how many people during the whole her whole thing when she was district attorney, how many people was arrested for truancy. I got that too. I got all the facts on this woman, bro. I got the facts on her program is the when she had for back on track program. I got that facts too. I got how many people helped out with that. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all want to bring up the first step back with Trump. Trump didn't address recidivism the way it should have been addressed. She addressed it the way it should have been addressed. But still, y'all voted for this man, though. I can't wait until the school boards get closed because I ain't got to worry about it no more. I ain't got no kids in school. So any school get no funding because they teaching Black history. I'm okay. Do that then. That's what y'all
Okay.
voted
So it's
for.
time for black people to do for self. Go ahead.
Bro, come on, do for self. We do have to do for
So
self. Okay,
yeah.
but
So
why
so this
why
is
why close the school board?
so this is time for people to do for self. You don't need government as your daddy to do everything for you. You know,
So why did you vote for your daddy then?
hold on. Our people did much better during desegregation, during the Black Panther times when we worked together and we educate our own children. We better off teaching our own than relying on a bureaucracy that is a system that is only educating your children to learn what they want you to know the way they want you to know it.
Okay, so you think it's going to be different? You think it's going to be different when he put?
This is an opportunity for our people to come together and teach each other what we need to know, what our children really need to know. Because the schools today ain't preparing our children for the future. The schools today ain't preparing our children for what they need. You know, the things need to go back to the states because when you vote locally, you have more influence on what your children are learning.
So put them back to the states. So what they going to do? Push Christianity, the Christianity that you don't know about.
When it goes back to
that's what this whole race was about. White Christianity, bro.
When it goes back to the states, you vote for your local representatives.
Okay,
and your community votes on your interest.
All right, let me break down the school stuff. Let me break down the school stuff.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. So now it comes down to your ability to organize and franchise and mobilize. Okay,
bro,
and make sure that your interests are represented.
You talking all that craziness, bro. You talking all that craziness.
That's not
Because when you
craziness.
close the school board, they lose funding, okay? Which means if he wanted to talk about this stipend situation, you give money back to the people, okay, who is that going to lose out on? Okay, because you got more people in public schools of our people than anything.
Brother,
who is that going to affect, bro?
Listen, our people need to learn how to be independent and not dependent on the government or no system. So when you're talking about losing resources, we are the resources. What we need is an even playing field. What we need is sound money. What we need is opportunity.
Is Trump going to give you that? Is Trump going to give you that?
Hold on. We can raise $40 million from the Kappas to give to Kamala Harris to waste money, but we can't pull money together to build a school for ourselves or get behind Umar Johnson or somebody.
Umar Johnson, that man stole money. What are you talking about? That school ain't even built yet. Umar Johnson been working on that school for years, and that school ain't been built yet.
Well, let's give the money to Michi then, and he creates
Umar Johnson, okay. Let's give it to Umar Johnson, who steals the money and did whatever and buy gold chains. He bought a gold chain with that money, bro. He bought a gold chain with that money, bro. What are you talking about?
You're missing the point.
Bro, I'm not missing nothing. Give our money to Umar Johnson. Give our money to Umar Johnson, who just bought a gold chain with people's money and didn't open the school. So who the fuck is Umar Johnson?
Bro, you need to think bigger. You're thinking too small, bro.
No, I'm not thinking too small, bro.
No, we got more power than we realize, bro. We got more power in our unity and coming together and providing for ourselves and teaching ourselves and our children and creating our own agriculture and our own economic empowerment.
Well, why ain't that been done yet?
No, hold on, brother. Do you think Black Wall Street was built by government money?
Yeah, who burned it down? Who burned it down?
You see how you detract?
I'm just saying, who burned it down? We had that, but who burned it down?
Talking about that. You detracting right now,
the white man ain't gonna let us get an overhand on him. Okay, so what you vote for Trump for, bro? What did you vote for Trump for, bro?
That's a poor mentality.
What you vote for Trump for, bro? What you vote for Trump for, bro?
That's a poor mentality, bro.
What you vote for Trump for, bro?
I'm gonna tell you, I vote for Trump to end the wars, okay? Because Trump already gonna end the war in Ukraine.
Okay.
He's gonna end the war in Gaza, okay? Because I believe in humanity as well as looking out for my people. I vote for Trump because he's gonna, in my opinion, he's gonna get rid of these taxes. Our people are overtaxed. If we can keep some of our income tax, if our Social Security tax that our elderly people are relying on, and they can keep some of the money, I believe that's a good thing.
On that note, bro.
You asked me why I'm voting for Trump.
You're going like 4 or 5 topics.
I got a lot of reasons. Unlike you, people who vote for Kamala, they don't know why they vote for her.
I got a lot of reasons I voted for this woman. What are you talking about?
They don't have no reason for Kamala.
I got good reasons why I voted for her.
Okay.
What has she done the last 4 years?
She's a vice president. See, that's the dumb shit I'm talking about.
Okay.
Y'all say the dumbest shit. Like this woman was a vice president, bro. I mean, for real.
Come on,
y'all act the dumbest shit. I'm sorry. I don't mean no disrespect, but this woman is a vice president, which means she cannot go over her boss's head and say, "I want to make changes." How the fuck you gonna go over your boss's head?
No, Michi, it's cool. So as the border czar, because you're right, she's not the president.
She was not the border czar.
Okay, so was she in charge of the border, yes or no?
No, she wasn't. She went over there to take care of 3 countries, okay? 3 countries put money in their pockets. See, y'all don't investigate. Y'all don't know shit. That's the bullshit. Y'all listen to what y'all daddy said. Y'all daddy said she was the border czar, and that's what y'all comes out y'all mouth.
She was in
that's
charge
what y'all
of the border,
daddy said.
She was in charge of the border.
She was not in charge of the border.
Yeah.
She was not in charge of the border.
Okay, how
She
many
was in
times?
charge
How
of
many
those three
times has
countries,
she?
the triangle
Okay,
countries, to get money in their pockets, to get them
so what
education, and to
accomplishment? All
get
right,
them
that's cool.
jobs and stuff,
That's
and,
cool. But
and the internet. And she did that.
what accomplishment has she done that you have? What is the proudest accomplishment of Kamala Harris that
She
you
made
have?
VP, and she served all three branches of government. So
Oh
what?
my
So what?
God.
Did you pass the board? Did any of y'all pass the government? I mean, the law board.
Oh God!
Any of y'all pass the law board?
Oh God! That's amazing.
Yo, so what's wrong with that? Make it VP? What? Y'all see? Y'all dumb as shit. You still sitting behind books.
Oh
You
my
sitting
God.
behind books, and this woman
Oh
did a
my
whole
God.
bunch of
It's too
shit.
funny.
I don't see the joke. I don't see what's funny.
Hey son, stop it, yo! Stop it, yo! Stop it, yo! You trolling, yo! You trolling! You trolling
He's
right now,
definitely
yo! You
trolling.
trolling right now! You gotta be trolling right now, bro.
I'm still lost here.
Hey
What was the
son,
joke? She made VP.
so your
So
proudest.
what was the joke? So what was the joke?
So
That's not a big accomplishment to you?
so in
Hey,
3
hold
years.
up. Just so you trying to
No,
tell
hold
me
on, hold
making
on, no,
vice
hold on. I
president
got
ain't
you.
a
I
big
got you. I
accomplishment
got
to
you. Hold
you?
on. So 3 years, she's a vice president, and your greatest accomplishment of hers is just being vice president.
Bro, she passed.
Hold
All
on.
right.
That's what
She was
I'm
the
making it sound
tiebreaker.
like.
She was a tiebreaker on several votes. She was the
Yep.
tiebreaker in the House on several occasions. Okay. Not only that, she still fought for women's rights
I don't
while
know.
she was vice president. She traveled over the globe in USA's interest. I mean, what more can you do as a vice president?
She
What did Pence
traveled. She
do?
didn't
What
mention
did Pence do,
anything.
nigga? What did Pence do?
Nothing.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait,
What did Pence
wait.
accomplish, host? Mims, can you tell us what did
Yeah,
Pence
what did
do?
Nope.
Pence do, nigga? You keep laughing and shit. What did
Hold on.
Pence
Okay, well,
do?
hold on. Is Pence running for the presidency of the
What
United
did
States?
Pence do though? I swear to
Hold on,
God.
See
Mitchell.
that?
See
Hold
what he
You
on,
was
see
a
Mitchell.
that
Hold
VP.
pivot?
on.
He was
Hold
a
on,
you. I
Mitchell.
swear
Hold
to
on,
God.
Mitchell. Hold
See.
on,
Y'all want to
Mitchell.
answer the question, bro. What
Is
did Pence do, nigga?
oh, is Pence running for the
Oh
presidency
my
of the
God,
United
no,
States?
no. But
So
he
you're
was the
missing the
vice
point.
president.
You're trying
He
to
was the
compare
vice president,
something.
They keep
and she
You
moving the
was the
cannot
vice
goalposts.
make the
president. She was the
correlation.
vice president, and Pence was the
You're not
vice
listening.
president. So
You're
and you
not
laughed
listening.
when I gave you
You
her
can't make
accomplishments. So what was Trump? What was Pence's accomplishments as
That
VP?
yeah, none. That was not a goalpost moving conscious. That's a
no,
fair comparison. If you're
no,
questioning
because Pence is
if
not
you're
running for
question, let me finish.
presidency.
If you're questioning what Vice President Harris accomplished as Vice President, you
Mhm.
must first tell me what Mike Pence accomplished as Vice President.
No, because
Thank you, thank you.
Mike Pence
See,
is
he
not
don't want
Okay,
running
to
for
answer that
president.
it's
because he
pretty
don't
Mike Pence is
know.
simple.
not running for
Because he
If you
don't
president,
know
so
can't
it's
shit. Just
irrelevant.
if you
like one
can't
of them
answer,
Negroes that
you
vote
don't
for
know.
Trump.
It's irrelevant.
Exactly.
It's
No,
not
it's not
irrelevant, bro.
irrelevant.
You just asked a question on what she
Just
did as
because
a VP. Pence was a VP. So what's the comparison? Like, that's a comparison. You don't
Listen,
want to answer it, bro. Then you
I'm
laughed at me. You laughed at me
no.
when
We
I
all
said
laughed
her
at you.
biggest
You damn
accomplishment
right.
was a vice
We got a
president.
good
That
laugh
was
out of you
funny to you.
too.
That was funny to you.
We got a
That's
good laugh out of you.
ridiculous. That was
ignorance is
funny to
funny,
you.
Meech.
That was
Ignorance is
funny,
funny,
bro.
man.
Hey,
No,
Blue South. That was funny,
Bro,
Blue South.
I know.
okay.
Like,
So for one
I'm
thing, let me get back to
I'm
your
shocked
original.
at
Let me get back to the original question, which was what makes me excited about Trump presidency. Let me finish. Another
that.
thing, when it comes to the food, okay, they've been putting fluoride in the food, which a lot of people that I'm talking to on my live, like you right now, other people, their pineal glands is calcified right now. They don't know how to think straight because
Oh my
fluoride is a
Fluoride,
God.
bro.
neurotoxin.
Fluoride.
So hold on,
Fluoride
let
been
me
in our
finish. They
toothpaste for
taking
years, bro.
fluoride. They taking fluoride out the water. That's a plan to
Fluoride.
do. Take fluoride. I think that's a good thing for our children and everything else.
You guys
So
are
let me
pro
talk. Let me finish.
cavity.
Another thing that they talk about doing.
So
They want to
dumb.
get rid of the chemicals that are in our food. A lot of these chemicals in our food are not in food in Europe. Okay, so they're going to make America healthy again. A lot of corruption by the big pharma, FDA, and the CDC, and all them. That's going to get exposed under Robert F. Kennedy with the vaccines and everything else. That is a good
He's
thing.
one of
Okay,
these
you
guys.
don't hear Kamala and them talking about none about that with the health of our children
No,
and
no,
the
no,
poison
because
in our
she had
food.
something bigger. She had something bigger. She had
What is
jobs
it?
for our kids. She had money for our kids. Kids. She
Education.
had money. She had money to take care of your elderly. She had a plan. This motherfucker ain't got no plan at all.
This guy is
How you
from
gonna
like
say Trump don't have a plan? That's not even a
Mims.
factual statement.
Mims, what do you
Trump literally is sitting here telling you his plan about taxes, his
host?
plan how to fund the government
What,
through
tariffs?
tariff. Yes.
Tariffs?
Do
Through
you
Through
tariffs?
understand
pay.
that? Do you understand that that's how the government is supposed to
Through
be ran in the
tariffs?
first
Through
place? So
tariffs?
No,
let me
it's
ask, would you
not.
rather have
Oh my
tariffs or would you rather
God.
be taxed out your ass? You want to be
Oh my
taxed out your
God.
ass or you rather have
Hey,
tariffs?
Mims, what
Because
do
the
you
government's got to
teach?
get funded some way. You're either going to have tariffs or you're going to have taxes.
Hey, Mims, can I ask you a
Okay?
question? Up there in the corner it says, I teach. What's your superpower? What do you teach, brother?
Financial literacy. So the Federal Reserve, public enemy
Financial
number one.
literacy? Oh my God. So you
Yeah.
must subscribe to the Jekyll Island theory. I've heard these types of people on the internet. You think the Federal Reserve was created on Jekyll Island. You
Yeah,
think
you don't
you
know
don't know
that? You
you
don't know
teach
that?
Dude, I have a degree in finance. You
I
do
don't
not
care
have a
about a
degree
degree
in
in finance.
finance.
I
I
actually do.
guarantee
I
you.
actually do. You know
Who are
that? I
you
didn't ask you
teaching
about your degree
finance?
in finance.
Who
I actually
who are
do. You know
you
that?
who are you teaching financial literacy to?
Actually, do you know that? Do you know that
Who
the do you know that the
are
federal?
you a certified financial planner? A
Listen, I'm gonna ask
CFP
you.
by
Listen,
chance?
listen,
No.
listen, listen. Let
No.
me ask you this. Let me ask you this because
Who are you lying to?
listen. And I'm gonna ask you this. Is the
Sure.
federal? Let me ask you this. Did you see
Uh-huh.
Jerome? Did you see Jerome Powell say that Trump cannot make him resign just recently?
Uh that is correct. Federal
Okay,
governors are appointed to an 8-year term.
okay, no.
You know this, right? Because you're a financial
Hey,
literacy
listen.
teach
I
expert.
like the
You
conversation, but
understand?
don't make me have to kick you out the live stream.
I mean, I
I'm
just want to
asking you
get
a
to the.
question.
I know. I'm
Okay,
at
so
you.
slow
That's go
down. So
ahead.
just
Go
slow
ahead.
down because you're not gonna take over my live stream.
Go ahead.
I have
Ask
no
a
problem
question.
talking to you, but you're not gonna take over the live. I'm asking you a question.
Okay. Yeah. What you got?
So Jerome Powell, who is the chairman of the Federal Reserve, which is a private banking cartel that hasn't been audited. They're unauditable and they don't answer to this government. There's no transparency. Do you believe in
That's wrong.
transparency? Say it
First, you
again.
got your first. You're totally wrong. The Federal Reserve is
So
who appoints the Federal Reserve chair, sir?
listen,
Who
the
appoints him,
federal
sir?
the Federal
Who?
Reserve, the
Okay,
president
can
of
you answer a question? Okay, the president does, right? So who does the Federal Reserve chair? Who does he serve at the pleasure of? The president, correct? Who was the
okay,
Federal Reserve
are you
chair?
trying to are
Who?
you trying to tell me that the Federal
Who,
Reserve has
sir?
been are you trying to tell
Who?
me that the Federal are you trying to tell
Who?
me that the Federal
Who? Oh, it's frozen. Host, are you there? Can you guys?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Michi, I can hear you. I think host is frozen.
Yeah,
Host,
I
you
think.
back?
Oh,
Can
okay.
you
It
hear
got
us?
quiet. It got quiet and froze or something.
You froze. Yeah, you froze for a minute.
Okay. Yeah. So is the Fed? When's the last time the Fed
Yeah.
was audited? Can you tell me that?
Audited? I don't know.
Yeah. And okay. So the Federal Reserve it has never been audited. See, this is the thing. I don't want to make it an argument. See, this is the whole problem. This is what they want. They want us fighting amongst each other. So we never really focus on the real problem. I don't think that Kamala Harris is our solution. I don't think Trump is our savior. I think that we have enemies that are foreign and domestic. And I think that we have a government that has not been working in our interest. But I also think that we have a better future under Trump because the same people that were not working in our interest are the same people that have been in power over the last few decades. And when I say that the Federal Reserve, which you said you don't know, you said that the Federal Reserve, you didn't know that they haven't been the last time they were audited because they haven't been audited because the Federal Reserve is private. Now, the president gets to elect the chairman, but the president doesn't have any say so on how monetary ran out.
Yeah, a president shouldn't have say so on monetary policy. That's why the Fed is apolitical. It is nonpartisan. There's a specific reason, because if it wasn't, it was political, every president would want low interest rates. And you can't just have perpetual low interest rates. That's how you control monetary supply. As a financial specialist, you know that monetary supply is controlled by interest rates, right?
So no, as a monetary specialist, I understand that constitutional money is gold and silver, and that the Federal
Oh my
Reserve,
God.
yes.
Oh
What do you
my
mean? Oh
God.
my God! If you're not for the Constitution, you're not for America. You
You,
might gotta get off my live
Hold,
stream
hold,
because you're
hold,
not
hold. You
American.
talking about being for Constitution, but Trump
this
wants to make
guy.
changes to the Constitution. Why you
Listen.
vote for that man?
Why would you want money based on a a finite precious metal? You understand that it's a limited resource, right? And that we took ourselves off a precious metal standard a long time ago, which has helped this economy grow from what it was like in the
Okay,
60s
golden. That
to
freeze
what it
again.
is now. We
Okay,
don't need
thank you.
a metal-backed currency. That is ridiculous.
That's because you have been indoctrinated into the Federal Reserve
No.
Rothschild banking
Oh,
monetary
yes.
policy that they
Buzzwords,
have to confiscate the
Rothschild.
wealth.
Yeah.
So you have to understand something.
Right.
Do you know why
hmm
the Revolutionary War was fought?
The Revolutionary War, yeah, taxation without representation.
You've been programmed and you're wrong. Do you know that you're
Oh,
wrong?
yeah. Oh, I'm wrong. Okay,
I'm
sure, brother.
no, I'm being honest with you. I'm going to enlighten you.
Yeah. I know. Oh,
No,
you're gonna enlighten
no.
me,
I'm seriously
right?
going to enlighten you. I'm
No,
glad you
dude, you're
came. I'm
not.
glad you came to this my live stream because one, you didn't realize that
You're not
because
enlightening
one.
anybody.
Well, then you need to get off my live stream because
I know.
if it's not an even exchange
Michi,
of minds and understanding, I don't know what you're here for. You here to
I
troll
mean,
or what?
I understand everything you're saying. You don't
Okay, so I
understand
just asked you a
anything.
question and you gave me the wrong answer. And I'm telling you wrong, and I'm about to tell you why you're
No.
wrong.
Oh, please do. Go ahead.
Okay,
And
that's what I was
Mims,
trying to
Let's
do
hear it.
before. You see, the
Let's
problem
hear
is
it.
that you're going to suffer from what's called cognitive dissonance. You see,
Oh.
the truth that I will give to you, your brain won't accept it because you have this built up idea that you're right, and but
Mims,
you can't accept anything that counters your.
Mims, I
Me,
have
I'm
a
going to
question.
explain to you. Then I'm gonna let some other people talk because some other people came on here. I do see you, Gerard, and some other people want to
Okay.
talk. Let me say this. The Revolutionary War was fought because the colonists did not have the ability to issue their own debt-free, interest-free notes. You see, Benjamin Franklin said that they would have gladly bore a little tax on a tea. That wasn't the issue. The issue was that they did not have the ability to issue their own debt-free, interest-free money. You see, they understood that a central bank was the worst thing that could happen to this country because a central bank would enslave the nation through debt and interest, and that the people who live in this country would be homeless and poor on this continent that their forefathers conquered. The
Mm,
Revolutionary War was not fought over tea and taxes. This is an exact information from Benjamin Franklin. It's because
that's
the
not.
Federal Reserve and central banking. That is
Yeah.
what it's about.
Yeah, central banking, the Federal Reserve came after the Depression, my dude, not during the founding.
No, 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 no,
Um,
no, no, no. Hold on. Let me explain
you
something to you.
should
Let me explain something to you. When they came
before the
from
Federal
England,
Reserve,
listen,
we had a different
hold on,
bank
brother. You want me to break this down to you or
called
not?
the
Look, you
Second
didn't even know the
U.S.
answer. You didn't even know the answer. Now
I
you
mean,
still
this
trying
is
to
this is
elaborate
basic
on an
history.
answer you didn't know.
Yeah, this is like high school level history,
Yeah,
dude.
I gotta let you go, bro.
Yeah.
All he's doing is
I
being
got it.
condescending. That's it. He
Yeah,
don't know anything.
I gotta let him go because he not willing. He not willing.
He don't know
He's
anything,
listening to
bro.
respond. He's not listening to understand. You
Bro,
know, he's not.
this is
That's
exactly why. This is exactly why you don't go to college and get a degree. He just reads from textbook and just repeats what he learned from textbook.
yeah,
Mims, I have a question for you.
yeah. Go ahead.
Is Bitcoin backed by gold?
No.
No? Okay.
Okay. Hey, Mav, what's good, brother? That's the real
Yeah.
Mav?
Yeah, it is. It's the real one. It's the real
And
one.
it's the real one, the one and only. Shout out Block Nation. What's good, brother?
What's good? What's good? Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard that dude on like you just dropped. That dude is clueless, bro. He has no idea. It's a simple Google search. We're in the age of information, you guys. All you have to do is pull up Google or DuckDuckGo or any other search engine and type this in. Is the Fed, the Federal Reserve, a government entity? It says no. It's an instrument of the US government, but it considers itself an independent central bank that does not have to answer to the president or anybody else to make its policies.
Oh, but
Fact.
Mav. But wait, Mav. Who appoints the chairman? See, that you see,
Yeah,
that was his argument. It was like because the president appoints a chairman
yeah, but what he
that
doesn't know is that the Federal Reserve is owned by other banks. They don't answer to anybody. That's what he's forgetting. That's a figurehead. They can switch in and out that seat anytime. It doesn't matter who they appoint. But when it comes to the policies, even the president can't override them or any other legislative branch or any other branch of government at all. When it comes to their policies, they're a banking cartel who runs this whole show. Full stop.
man, I appreciate and sound money clap for Mav. Yeah, I hope y'all just learned something, man. I just got blessed.
Just had to drop that in there for
Yeah,
sure.
that's definitely facts.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, somebody. But yeah, I mean, the thing is like, so I was trying to explain to him that one, the Revolutionary War, that's what we all been taught. They all taught us that the Revolutionary War was fought over tea and taxes. And it's not true. Benjamin Franklin essentially said that the Revolutionary War was really fought because the colonies didn't have the ability to create their own debt-free, interest-free money. And so that's what the Revolutionary War really was about. It wasn't about tea and taxes. And when they left England, they understood all the tyrannical things, that they were dealing with over there, and they made sure they didn't have it over here. And the Federal Reserve is not the first central bank that in this country. So the federal, and that's another thing he didn't know. We've had central banks prior to the Federal Reserve. They failed. You see what I'm saying? It's always been this fight against the freedom and control and of the money in this nation with central banks. Andrew Jackson, killed the banks, and there's other presidents and other people want to get rid of the central banks, but central banks should have never happened. And then when I talked about money, they scoff at the Constitution. How can you be an American citizen and scoff at the Constitution? The Constitution says gold is set for a reason. Gold and silver is legal tender. You understand? And so when you have, and understand, some people don't even understand how the Federal
Hey,
Reserve note
Mims,
had
Mims,
value.
you keep bringing up the Constitution, Mims.
Yes.
Mims, you keep bringing up the respectful Constitution, right?
Yes.
But your boy said he would make changes to that. He also said he was going to take. He also
Listen,
said he was going to make
no.
changes to that. All right, and
Well,
in
listen,
that Bible
hold on.
in that Bible he got that's from China. He also got amendments 11 through 15 out of it.
But Michi, understand something, that anytime you make an amendment, that Congress got to get. It's not a unilateral decision. Trump just can't say I'm going to change the Constitution. If the Congress,
Bro, but this is what comes out of his mouth,
no,
bro.
it doesn't.
This
But
is
listen,
look. When you vote for a president, you vote for what they's telling you, what they hoping they can bring to your life.
I have
That's what we
to get it
voted
done.
for.
Now I can say I would
right?
like to see some changes in the Constitution. Okay, essentially is what he's saying. Maybe he just doesn't say it the right way, but essentially he says I would like to make some. If that's the case, from what you're saying, if the man says I like to see some changes in the Constitution, that means that he's saying that I'm prepared to bring forth a bill or have a bill written up to bring before the body of the government.
writing votes, as far as civil rights, he wants to change that shit. As far as the shit that extends to black folk, he wants to change that in the Constitution. And this is the shit y'all voted for. Hold up, another thing before I drop.
It doesn't work like that.
This man said he was going to. This man said he was going to. Give the Mexican people that was affected by the cartels, the money that he was going to get from the cartels, he was going to give back to the community. Why? What he has not yet said what he was going to do for the middle class and for the lower class people. So I'm still wondering why is it that you voted for this man?
I literally was telling
because
you,
we vote. We vote for what the people say they was going to do for us.
Let me break this down. I literally was telling you, but you didn't listen. One, he's ending the wars. Okay, do you understand what that means? That has a financial implication. That has
if he's ending the wars, they haven't they haven't ended yet, and they have no plans on ending. Okay, Putin, he still wants that land to continue USSR.
And then you don't let me finish, brother. I don't want to have to cut you out too. At least let me finish now. Okay. So you asked me why I vote for Trump. When I hear Trump and his cabinet and who he's picking, and they saying that we want to get rid of the chemicals in the food, I think about my children. I think about your children. I think about everybody's children who've been poisoned right now because they're brushing their teeth with fluoride. I think about the children.
Bro,
because,
the fluoride has been in the toothpaste since the 50s, bro.
Hey, chat, should I kick him up out of here, chat? Should I let him?
Kick me out, because that fluoride shit sounds dumb as fuck, bro.
Let me finish, bro.
Let people talk.
I got a question.
Man.
Oh, he left. I was going to get
Let people talk,
he's focused on the
I was
wrong
going
thing.
to ask him, and he. See, this is the thing. When people get emotional about Trump, they watch CNN and Fox and all this bullshit and not read, right? That's the first thing. They read headlines, Project 2025, all that spookism bullshit, right? So here's the thing. Here's the facts. What policies or what laws did he put in place in his first presidency that disproportionately against black people or any other race that I can think that you can think of? Any race that you put into place? Because I know what Biden did. He's been in law or been in politics for over 50 years. The Biden crime bill, which he sponsored, which put tens of thousands of black people in jail. So I can reference that. So can we reference anything that Trump has done? Well, I know what he's done for black people, and people don't want to hear this, but he brought back a bill that Congress killed that put $1 billion per year in historically black colleges. Look that up. He also did opportunity zones that made investors invest in low-income housing and a very, I guess, I don't want to say just black, but it's like black, brown, everything else, like invest in those communities. And they have to stay there for 10 years to get the tax cut. So all these different things that people don't want to bring up, the facts, they're just like, oh, Trump's a racist and everything else. Do you guys know that he sent Nelson Mandela a 747 plane when nobody else in America would sponsor him, and brought him and 80 of his constituents over to America to tour America? Nobody knows
No,
that.
they don't want to talk about that.
What about like you want
Everybody
to hear
knows
what's
he ain't
funded historic
racist.
black
Come on.
colleges?
I want to
But
go ahead and let Cuzzy just hopped in. Go ahead, Cuzzy. What's your question or comments?
Oh, I ain't got no question. I was just tuning in.
Okay,
Hey,
okay. If you ain't got no question or comments, I'm gonna make room for some.
I'm just going off the topic. You heard?
Okay, okay. Well, yeah. If you got something to say, I'll bring you back up.
Yep,
and then,
yep.
and then I'm seeing in the comments Central Park 5. For one, he wasn't president during then. 2, he was a Democrat at that time. 3, the DA and the judge who actually prosecuted them and put him in jail was, guess what? Democrats. So try again.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a
You know.
talking point. You know, a lot of these talking points that people say that is a reason for them to substantiate their dislike towards Trump is something that was fed to them. And then somebody tried to insinuate that I don't know if they meant people or me. I've cared about fluoride in the water for years, ever since I found out about it, maybe early 2011
I
or
don't
something.
I don't mean to interrupt, brother, but can I say one thing? Because obviously there's a lot of people that are not up to par or up to date with the current events. As of recently today, Trump has posted videos all over YouTube, on social media and whatnot, as far as what he's about to do when he takes office. What I have noticed so far from the gentlemen that have gone on your, on your account, these are Dixiecrats. That's what I call them. You know what I'm saying? You can't change the mind of a Dixiecrat because basically they've been taught throughout their entire life to think one way and one way only. You know what I mean? So you can't even argue
Cognitive
with these people.
dissonance.
You can't even argue with these people because at the end of the day, they agree with the democratic, type of mindset that we're dumb. You know what I'm saying? The working class is dumb. You know, I mean, Democrats themselves said it all over the news after Trump won. Oh, he won because he had the vote from the working class Americans, the uneducated, blah 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 blah. They expose themselves with the BS. You know what I'm saying? And what I don't understand about, I'm not trying to get into as far as color, because I'm colorblind, but there's a lot of brothers and sisters that continue to support a democratic agenda. And if they do their history on the Democratic Party is the ones that instituted Jim Crow laws to begin with.
And created the
So,
KKK. Just
yeah,
FYI.
all of
Mims,
that. So I
Mims,
don't
I have a
understand. Listen, I'm well versed with history, and one thing that I can actually say as a fact, and this is in the books, in the history books, and many historians can agree with what I'm about to say. There are the field Negroes, and there are the Uncle Toms. Those that basically they get a little position of power and they think they equal. You know what I mean?
Facts.
They get to sit at the table and eat with the wealthy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Malcolm
While
talked about
the
that.
field Negroes like us, we work and toil the fields every day, but you know what? We bring that bacon home. We happy with what we bring to the table. You know what I mean? These so-called college educated, individuals, they think because they got a little piece of paper and they spend $100,000 on a piece of paper that makes them better than anyone. And that's what the Democratic Party lost because they forgot about us. You know what I mean? But that's neither here or there. I'm just saying that basically there's a lot of brothers and sisters of all colors. You know what I mean? That's been so brainwashed with this bullshit democratic movement for so many years that they've been so accustomed to being given here, toma, here, all that. You know what I mean? Oh, this is for you. You know what I mean? I'm doing good for your family. You ain't doing nothing good for us by giving us.
That's what I tried to
Teach
explain to
us.
that brother on the last time on earlier, man. I said we need to do for self. We
That's
need
a
to come
fact.
together.
That's a fact.
what's your hey Mims, what's your beef with fluoride, man?
So
Now,
fluoride is
fluoride is scientifically proven. That's a scientific. You see, that's another ignorant thing from people. Yo, what's your beef with fluoride? Well, do your research. There's a thing called Google, and there's
Um,
some, there's a lot of there's
Bailo,
things called,
Bailo,
artificial intelligence that all you got to do is ask, and you shall find. You know what I'm
Bailo,
saying? Like
Bailo.
this is the thing that another thing that gets me
Well,
angry
also
with brothers and
fluoride.
sisters. Hold on. Let me
Bailo,
speak. I'm not gonna cut
Bailo,
nobody off. I'm gonna give everybody they floor when they own the shit. You know what I mean?
Bailo. I'm a dental hygienist. I
Yeah,
clean
I hear
teeth.
you. I hear. Yeah. Yeah, you
I
a
clean
dental.
teeth for a living.
Yeah. You too dental. Yeah. I hear you.
Right? That's
Listen,
fine.
the
Yeah,
facts
go ahead, finish your
speaks.
statement, Ballo. I'm gonna let Maverick say something, and I'll answer the question. Go ahead, finish it
Alright,
up real quick.
I just wanna like just say this one thing and then I'm gonna fall back.
Go ahead.
Scientific facts have proven that fluoride is no good for your health. Even though it has been used since the 1940s and 50s. Listen, in this country, many chemicals have been used since the 1940s and 50s. It doesn't mean it's been good for you. We just beginning to find nowadays, since we have Google and many other search engines, that helps us attain this information
Yeah.
that scientists are now acknowledging and saying, yeah, we admit, yeah, we've been poisoning you since the 1950s.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you, brother. And I'm gonna add some value to that. I want to let Mav speak, and then I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah,
Mav,
go
you saying
ahead.
something?
Yeah. So if you look into history, Hitler used fluoride to lower the IQ of the Jews. So he used that in the water supply, which is the same thing they're doing now. It's been scientifically proven that it lowers your IQ, and we won't even get into the pineal gland and calcifies and how it calcifies that. But when we're talking about specifically IQ, people have been getting dumber over the last 40, 50, 60 years. And that's a
Maverick,
fact.
Maverick. If you have
And I
any,
understand it's your business. I understand it's your business, and you want to, uphold your dental and everything else. But there's alternatives too, like oil pulling. There's
yes,
alternatives like many other
yes,
things instead of just using that. Why do you think they make fluoride-free toothpaste? Because now people are waking up and understanding the implications of fluoride, so they make
exactly.
fluoride-free.
If you have any quarrels with fluoride, that's what I was gonna say. Just use non-fluoridated toothpaste, non-fluoridated mouth rinses. They're
I
out there.
like that, but it shouldn't be in the toothpaste, and it shouldn't be in the water. Period. The I think it was the EPA, just came out and said there's no safe level of fluoride in the human body, and also fluoride is a neurotoxin that calcifies your pineal gland, which affects, like Mike said, your thinking, your IQ, your fight and flight mechanisms. And so to get back to it, that's why I don't like fluoride, because people drink the public water, which is fluoridated. They brush their teeth, which obviously your nerves through your teeth connect to closer to your brain. So you're taking poison into your body where there's no safe level of it. And to what Bilo was saying, yes, that they change the medical journals, they change what is safe and then what's not. Like even right now, we have major pharmaceutical companies, and I think it was I can't remember if it was FDA or CDC or something, but they're getting ready to remove cold and flu medicines off the shelves. So Benadryl, NyQuil, they're getting ready to take all that stuff off the shelf because they said that it's ineffective. They're just
I
recently
have,
coming out with that.
I have a quick question. Since you're a
dental
dental guy,
hygienist.
dental hygienist. Okay, I have a question. So if fluoride's good for us and it's in the toothpaste, it's already in the toothpaste, right? Why is it in the water as well?
Yeah, listen, Maverick. I'm not here to convince you that it's good or bad. I just want you to know the pros and cons, and you do. But
Let me let me let me say this. Let me say this, Gerard. Let me say this. Because here's the thing: you have to understand that when you're looking at the AMA journals and when you're looking at these people who put out scientific studies and they put out this information, they're paid by companies to find information that seems favorable that they can put out
absolutely,
that can counter the narrative. So when you see a study that says fluoridated reduces cavities by 25% in children, well, that is a study that was paid to produce a positive result amongst all the negative that come out. So when you look at
Amen.
the pharmaceutical industry, the Rockefellers and all them, they paid people. It was called the I just
Oh,
put on my face. What was it called? Oh man, that's a really good one. But
No,
they
you hit it on the
welcome,
dot, brother. You hit it
wel-
on the dot. Because
welcome to the court.
basically certain scientific studies,
what's it called?
like you said, is paid for by big pharmaceutical companies and big other wealthy corporations that got assets involved in the studies that's being produced in these American journals of medicines and whatnot. They have a vested interest. So of course, so whenever they come out with something like, for instance, about fluoride, they're gonna be all for it.
Yeah, so like I said, it's not my job to convince you. You're a human being. You make your own decisions. If you don't like fluoride, there's non-fluoridated options. But when you go to the dentist and a hygienist cleans your teeth, you know the polishing paste to polish your teeth that has fluoride in there. Just to let you guys know.
No one,
Yeah,
no
no,
one,
no.
But
no one is disputing that. No one is disputing that, and no one is trying to change anyone's mind. We're just basically speaking from
Somebody
you know,
asked me.
the
Somebody asked
facts.
me what I like about Trump and what I like. Why would I vote for Trump? And I started getting into the healthcare part of it. I was going to talk about the chemicals in the food and everything else, but I got stopped at the fluoride in the water, which fluoride doesn't need to be in the water. Okay, there are more negatives than there ever could be positives about a neurotoxin, a chemical in the water. We don't need it in our water.
The
And I'm a
body
big
doesn't break it down.
and I'm a big advocate for people drinking spring water. Now, of course, the thing about today is that if you're looking for an answer or something to substantiate your view, you'll find it. No matter what extreme or what side of the argument you're on, you will find something to substantiate your view. So you have to have that discernment, you know. And the thing is, a lot of these reviews and peer reviews and all this other stuff. I see the guy in chat. You have to understand that. How did they get the world to shut down? How did they get WHO, the World Health Organization? Everybody was agreeing on something that we all find out now later on is not necessarily the case. But all the top scientists and all the articles and everything else, so they have control over information and the dissemination of it. But
Can I,
Yeah,
there is
six
the
feet.
hey,
6 feet
bro,
was
can I say one
BS.
thing?
yeah, there was no proof
Do
about the
you
6 feet.
make your forum aware that the Democrats gave the WHO the power to basically have a say so over Americans? Do
yeah,
anyone?
yeah,
Yeah,
World
because a
Health
lot of people.
Organization.
No,
Yeah, I like.
because it seems like a lot of Dixiecrats, don't want to admit that happened under their agenda.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. And then see the guy says scientists don't care about your view. That's not true. You see
You got good
scientists,
science and you got bad science. Just like you got good lawyers, you got bad
you
lawyers.
got
You got bad cops,
yeah.
good cops. You know what I'm saying? It all depends.
So this is all where we got into with Trump. So it just came down to, people are becoming exposed to and more conscious about what's in their food, what's in their water, what's in the air, what are they spraying, and so a Trump presidency to them signifies that the corruption and the maldistribution of wealth and the poisoning of the food and water, they see the opportunity to change that, to get rid of the chemicals, you know what I'm saying, and return back to a more natural process,
Do you, do
and
you,
so
Oh,
that's
sorry, I
what.
didn't mean to interrupt, but I just wanted to add: have anyone seen the latest video that he posted online about what he's outlining as soon as he takes presidency?
Yeah, I've
He's
seen it
going after
all.
he's
I've
going
seen it
after
all
big
on X.
pharma, and what people don't understand about economics, he's going to use the money from the oil pipeline that he's about to open. That's going to create America one of the wealthiest countries in the world because we're going to be able to outproduce crude oil on American soil, outpacing Saudi Arabia. People don't understand them type of dynamics because they stuck on stupid.
Yeah, I mean, this is the
Just
thing.
like the
Like,
Saudi Arabians, what they do, what they did over there in Saudi Arabia, they use the funds that they get from the crude oil that they sell to the world and they build a country. That's basically the same thing Trump is about to do with this country. He about to open that Alaskan pipeline. That's gonna make this country super rich.
Well, so that's the one thing about the scientists and all that. Once again, even if people who are in economics, the same people who want to talk about them in economics explain 2008 and how that was allowed to happen. It's the same reason how they was able to shut down the whole globe, and all these scientists who couldn't explain it or lied to us, like you said, 6 feet, gain of function, all this stuff that was coming out. They bought and paid for. They have to go along with it, or they'll lose their license. So people are not, these freedom fighters in the science space like you want to think. Like they're going to go lock in step with what the official agenda is. And as far as like the oil and the money, look what happened to Libya. Obama got rid of Gaddafi, created slavery in Libya, but Libya, Gaddafi, no matter what they say about them, America had no more authority to say what one country can do to another, and as if America's hands is clean in that nature. But Gaddafi took care of his people.
No, he did, but there was more to it than that. Gaddafi was about to do something that the Democrats didn't want him to do. He was about to take the currency back to the gold standard.
I was getting into all that, brother.
He had zero debt.
That's where he became a threat, a global
That's right, man.
threat.
They had zero debt. They had zero
what
debt.
would happen is that he will make the African dollar, or whatever you call it, stronger than American currency.
He had in value.
Or European currency. He will by him taking that step of basically taking his currency, because he was trying to convince other African countries to follow in his footsteps, and a lot of African countries was about to do that. And as always,
BRICS would be powerful as hell right now if Gaddafi was alive.
But
BRICS,
you know what?
BRICS would be on a whole other level.
But BRICS is about to do that. If anyone been following BRICS lately, BRICS been talking about taking their currency on the standard.
Yeah. What'd you say about BRICS, Gerardo?
Yeah, I was saying Gaddafi was ahead of his time. You're right. If he was part of BRICS,
BRICS would be on a whole other level with Gaddafi.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Mav, you was gonna add something on that?
As far as what, BRICS?
No, or Gaddafi. I thought you wanted to chime. I thought you was.
I was just saying, like, he had zero debt. They knew he was a threat, and that's how they run the world, you guys. They do it through the central banking. The central banking is their tool, and if you don't play ball, then they send in the military. Yep. That's how it goes. Whoever has the biggest guns.
What countries is it that don't have a central bank? Is it Iran, North Korea, or something? It's a couple of countries that don't have a central bank, and those are the countries we at war with.
Well, Libya didn't have one.
Yeah, Libya didn't have one.
North Korea don't got one either.
Yeah, North Korea or
don't
Iran.
have one.
Yeah, these are countries that we don't like.
Vietnam doesn't have one, even though we're not at war with them, but they don't have one either.
Yep.
Yeah. So when people ask me, and ask us, well, what do you like about Trump? They don't want to accept the answers, because everything I would say, it gets downplayed. I'm talking about the ending the wars. I'm talking about the fluoride. Cuz got off the live stream. I'm talking about the chemicals in the food. It's too much chemicals.
Man, you know what the problem is? People are too stuck on the person versus the policy. It's policy over people, right? Who gives a fuck about what Trump does in his personal life? What he says and how he makes you feel? Who cares? Does he get the job done? Did his last presidency lower the unemployment rate at its lowest for blacks, Hispanics, women, and Asians? Did he do that? Yes, he did.
Right.
More than Obama.
You said principle. You said principle over personalities.
Yeah, or policy over personality.
Yeah, or policy over personality. Yeah.
Hey, listen,
I don't care.
At least we could all agree that when we went to that store or that supermarket, we was coming out. If you had $300 and you spent $300, you will see the $300 you spent in that supermarket. Boy, I just went to that supermarket the other day. I bought 2 loaves of bread, 2 cans of tuna fish, and what else I bought? And 1 box of goddamn, excuse my French, but butter. Guess how much that came out to? $30.
Damn. That's crazy.
But people don't see that though. People they just watch the TV.
That's why Trump won. Because the Dixiecrats forgotten about the working, hard-working people like
Yeah, I agree with
myself,
that.
like
I
you,
agree.
like everybody in this forum. They forgot about us. They call us stupid because we don't got degrees.
I'm just trying to think
We
what
gotta
tangible.
have no, not nowadays to be accepted by the Dixiecrats. You gotta have a paper degree in order to say that you're smart. Because if you look at all these dudes on on CNN and all this other shit, they promoting this. Oh, Trump won because he had the vote from uneducated people. So basically, what they saying, but they saying in a nice way, they calling us stupid.
But
Well,
that's
not
not
People that
even
knowing
what
voted for
that
Maverick
Trump
brought
were
into
Well,
the
stupid.
let me
debate.
let Mav go, and then I want to
Yeah,
add
yeah, my
conscious
bad.
add something on there. Bilo.
Well, no. Just to add to that point, not knowing that degrees aren't even valid anymore in the workforce. They don't even require those anymore. A bachelor's or even a master's now at entry level. So with these quote unquote stupid people, it doesn't even matter. So that piece of paper, well, for one, college is a scam, but
No,
they're
don't say
lowering the
that.
bar.
Don't say that, Maverick. Don't
Oh
say
no, it
that, man.
definitely is.
Nah, it is.
So how does this make
I
sense?
agree.
Let me paint you a picture. So I get out of high school, then I
Okay.
get into debt to go get a job, and then go get that job to pay for that debt. It's a vicious cycle.
Yep,
How does that make
that's basically
sense?
what it is. And the sad part about that
Yeah.
is that you could have the degree and not get the job that you actually went to school for. That's the saddest part of it. So now you're stuck with that debt, can't pay it back on a 9 to 5. That doesn't mean, you know, that doesn't meet you halfway to pay that debt. So you'll basically end up paying or stuck paying that debt for 10, 20 years. I know people like myself. I went to college myself. And listen, if I could redo this all over again, I would have never went to college.
I dropped
I got a
out.
bachelor's degree in data science, and I can't, brother, not
Listen,
happening.
fella.
I
Listen,
dropped
fellas.
out
Yeah.
at
So let me tell
21,
you
and
something
I
about college.
Go
go
So
ahead.
check
ahead.
this out. So like people don't realize it. Where by 2030, you got robots out right now. I don't know if a lot of people seen that with
Yeah.
Elon, and
Artificial
your jobs are
intelligence.
done if you're not reskilling. Number one, and also like I had a class one time. Who was it? Entrepreneurship. So I asked my teacher. I'm like, yo, have you owned a business? Nah. I'm like, so wait, you're teaching an entrepreneurship class, but you never owned a business. That's like me teaching how to be a NASCAR driver, but I never drove a NASCAR car. Like reading from a textbook.
It makes no sense. I dropped out at 21 to start my real estate business and took it to a 7-figure business. I didn't need college. I was
Look at
like, fuck
that.
this. I'm already making money.
Listen,
So
I
I
know
just
people. I'm from New York, so what we have in New York is like a lot of construction industry. I know brothers in the construction industry that's union workers, and these brothers are making 6 figures. You know what I'm saying? Living lovely, and don't got a college degree, and some of them don't even got a high school diploma.
Hey, Maverick, you're gonna let me inject your mouth without no college education?
what you go to college
Hey,
to
pause on that.
be a
No
dentist
Diddy.
or a
No
trade
Diddy.
school? Yeah, no Diddy. Yeah, no Diddy on that one.
No,
Nah, go
listen,
ahead. Go ahead.
I clean teeth and I anesthetize mouths and teeth. I
Okay,
numb. You're gonna let me numb your mouth with no college education?
that's a trade. That's a skill. So
Yeah,
that's a different set of things that you have to go to school for. We're talking about overall. What they're saying is
Come
everybody go
on.
to school to figure out what you want to do, but if it's a certain trade, then you're talking about being a mechanic or a dentist. You go to dental school. I
there's
wouldn't go to
always gonna be a
college. I would
job
go
for
to
you.
dental school. Did you go to dental school or did you go to college?
I went to college. Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't go to dental school.
No, I went to dental hygiene school.
Okay, so
It's a
That's a
2 year
vocational.
program.
so what's the point of going to both then?
Well, you need to fulfill your prerequisites first. Your anatomy, your physiology, your chemistry, the building blocks, the prerequisites, and then if you get good grades, then you move on. You get accepted to the program, 2 year program.
So what are the prerequisites as far as going to dental school?
Anatomy,
Okay, when you go to
physio.
college, they have prerequisites. Basically,
Yeah.
like you have to take pre-calculus, chemistry, history, et cetera, et cetera, et
Nothing
cetera.
to do
You have
with
to meet
dental is your
a
point.
certain criteria in order for you to earn your degree. You know, like when
Yes.
I earned my bachelor's degree from the University of Maryland, and data science, I had to meet certain types of
Prerequisites.
areas
Right.
in order for me to get
Yes.
that piece of paper. However, the crazy part about this whole thing is that that piece of paper doesn't mean anything unless you got the certification. Now that's the
It's the
good part right
racket.
there.
It's
I
the
mean,
Because
racket.
I'll say like this: they created industry because everything is money motivated,
no,
and
but let me
and
explain this real quick. Let me explain this real quick because there's a real big misconception right now, and I had to shut a couple of people down on a forum regarding what's best, going for a degree or going for a certification. Well, guess what? A certification is hands-on. It's teaching you hands-on experience about what you're about to get as far as that degree is concerned. Because let's say, for instance, you decide to skip the certification and go straight, do the 4 years in college. At the end of that 4 year college, you still got to take an exam to get certified.
state exam.
That's a fact.
Yes.
You have to take an exam to get certified by the state, the city, or whatever.
It's
That
business.
certifies that you know what you're doing, and
It's
you have to
business.
do.
It's a
You have to.
monopoly control over the
Yeah, yeah,
industry.
yeah. Now, I'm not.
Licensing is
Yeah,
a lot of stuff. It come down to apprenticeship. Before all this was there, if you wanted to learn to be
right,
something, you
correct.
studied
But
under somebody
I'm
who
not,
knew how to do it.
I'm not disagreeing with that point. I agree with you 100%. Listen, if I knew what I knew now back then, I would have never made the choice of going that route. However, since I went that route, now I'm stuck with this, tuition bill. I might as well
Right.
spread that knowledge and let people know. Listen, if you're gonna go that route, don't go for that 4 year period, my brother. Go for that certification first because that certification is gonna teach you
So
the meat and potatoes
Yeah.
of that field that you're trying to study.
Now, to what Matt was saying, Gerard, he's just saying that scam. A school is a scam because majority of people don't need to go to college to do what it is that they're doing in life, and then they just come out of college in debt. Now, if you're doing a specialist, like you said, doctor, lawyer, yeah, you might want to go to school in for that. But even then, he's talking about the whole process of where everybody's being taught. Because even me, I got out of high school, and I thought literally that if you don't go to college, they make it seem like you ain't gonna be a nobody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna learn nothing, you ain't gonna do nothing unless you go to school, you ain't gonna make no money, you're gonna be just poor or something. That's kind of what me coming out of high school, that's kind of what was given to me. But not everybody needs college though. And as far as the money system in college, yeah, that's the scammy part. But for certain professions, specialized professions, yeah, you're gonna need
Yeah,
that specialized knowledge.
mine's is a specialized profession, because it's dealing with basically with data, big data, as far as computers and whatnot, LLMs, ALMs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. However, when I did the research after I graduated, guess what? Artificial intelligence is about to take over that position, which I basically busted my ass them 4 years in college. So basically, that data scientist role is going to be obsolete within the next 5 years.
Yeah, the AI and everything gonna take over that.
Yeah,
Hey,
AI.
because
Matt.
everything is going to be automated.
Hey,
So
Matt.
there's not going to be any need for humans
Now,
to
facts.
do any of the data.
That's what people don't understand. All that stuff is the robots right now doing surgeons. Your job is up in 10 years. They got the robots to do precision surgery. But Mav, I want you to ask this question. He said you gonna let him work on your mouth without no degree. What do you say?
Pause. I would. It doesn't require a degree. It requires a certification. I agree with going to trade school and getting certified and learning and being hands on, like he said. But as far as getting a degree and all the prerequisites, that's just a racket. That's a scam.
Yeah,
Like
like,
it doesn't. It has nothing to do with
Facts.
nothing. Even high school. With high school, what are some of the shit that you learned from high school that you're implementing today? How come
nothing.
they don't teach you entrepreneurship? How come they don't teach you to balance a checkbook? How come they don't teach you about opening up a business, an LLC? None of these things they taught you in school that you can really need to know now. And it's about to be obsolete anyways because, like he said, with AI is going to take 87 million jobs in the next 3 to 4 years, and that's a fact.
I agree with you
Automation
100%. And
time.
the data
Let me
don't-
let
and the
let me
data
let me
don't
let
lie on
Gerard
that.
let me let hold on, Bilo. Let Gerard respond and get conscious, and he can go in there. Go ahead.
Maverick, I would be very scared to live in a society that has no university. Think about that.
Why?
You need language. you need arts, you need physics. We're based on that. A society is based on knowledge. Yes, we live in a capitalistic society, but not all societies are capitalistic.
I think I understand where you're going with that. Basically, you're saying you're basically speaking from the human need type of emotional mentality. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, what you're basically saying that you can't you don't you don't see yourself living in a society where basically everything is automated, even though that's going to be the reality within the next few years, because we as humans have a need for communication, face to face communication.
we as humans, we need to learn, and we learn constantly, and we need platforms that will teach us.
Yes,
We need English, we need Spanish, we need language, we need physics, we need chemistry, we
I
need.
I agree with you 100% on that. But guess what? You have YouTube, you have Facebook, you got social media that nowadays can teach you all of that. Can be your university for free.
Literally. Like you
You
can
don't
go
have
on
to pay.
YouTube and
You
learn
don't have to pay
anything
not
you
a
need
single
to know.
person. Sorry, man.
No, you good. Go ahead, Conscious. You want to add some value?
No, what I was gonna say was, I mean, today you got YouTube. I mean, technology is gonna advance more and more. Like you got like McDonald's right now, it's self-automated. You go to it, like you don't need a person to take your order. You go walk into McDonald's, you put your little chaos order right there, boom. You know what I mean? Automated right there. Then on top of that, with blockchain, I mean, soon it's gonna be like what money's gonna move the speed of light. XRP, XLM, the stock markets is gonna be a tokenized. People are missing on the largest wealth transfer. Like when I see people focused on like things that don't matter, like Kamala Harris, stuff like that, I'm like, you gotta think bigger. You know what I mean? The large wealth transfer is going on right now, and you're getting emotional about Kamala Harris' loss. Like, come on, man.
People have a
Yeah,
meltdown.
and that's a fact. And to back to his point, saying that we need human connection and whatnot. So these platforms that we're on now, TikTok, YouTube, this is a community now. I have a community called Block Nation, to where literally we have a Telegram where it's like a university and people are learning every single day. We have over 30 tabs in there about blockchain, about real estate, about tokenization, about all these things we talk about on a daily basis. People are learning and making money in real time in a community. Everything is going to be community based, not institution based. That's the difference. Everything is changing from the institution to communities, to where people are gathering again how they used to back in the days and learn. That's how
Yep.
they learned back in the days when
That's
they
a
wanted to be a
community.
blacksmith, when they wanted
That's
to be
right.
a locksmith. They didn't go to a school way back then. There were no institutions. They were just communities, to where they were just learning from each other. And it's going back to that in a more advanced way with all these different tools now.
That's true.
I mean, school is just
And
to basically to program you to basically to be a worker. You know what I mean? All you do is what, take orders, and it gets you ready to be a worker. That's it. It destroys your mindset. Like you don't think like an entrepreneur. Or you're gonna be thinking like, okay, when do I get my paycheck? Live to paycheck to paycheck. Celebrate another man's, I mean, like success, like LeBron James. You know what I mean? People out here right now talking about football, stupid things like don't matter. Like what does
it's funny.
LeBron James got to do with me?
Yeah, it's
Or
funny that you said that,
And so
Conscious,
this is,
because a lot of brothers know
and,
more about celebrities than they know about the ABCs, one, two, threes of money. That's the
or
funny
their own
part.
anatomy. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
they
why
know
they
more about
always broke.
celebrities than their own anatomy.
Yeah, that's why they
But
always
you know,
broke,
this
and they
is,
always complaining. Dang, I can't even go to the store and buy Lucy. You know what I'm saying?
but
I
and you
gotta be
see, this is
begging for
the,
Lucy.
you know, see this conversation and things like this. This is the Trump effect. You know, that I like to call it, whether it's the wealth of the Trump effect with wealth, or even just that discussion that needs to be had on what's important and what's not important. You know, should the government be involved in this, or should the government not be involved in this? You know, and that is where we're charting our own future. We're charting our own path. You know, we feel like we have a role and a say so, and what's taking place. And so that's why when people ask, what do you like about Trump? And once again, because I want to get back to that's how we got here to this conversation, even talking about schooling in the first place. Then we got talking about health in the first place. And so if you listen to Trump, and he's talking about getting rid of the Department of Education, sending it back to the states and all this and that. and I will explain that's a good thing because the people have more power when they influence their communities when they come together and they vote as a collective in a group and they're organized, and they can influence and they can put their resources together to see what they like in their communities and things of this nature. And so that's the opportunity we really have. But what happens is people get complacent. They suffer from a normalcy bias. They're looking for the government to save them, and we got to get out of that. We got to do for self. You gotta work with your community. You gotta work with your local man, your neighbor, your brothers and sisters, your family, and provide those solutions for yourself. But people want the government to do everything for them, and that's not what government was set up to do. The government was set up to protect, our rights and secure our borders and things of that nature. But the government need to stay out of our homes. They need to stay out of our business. They need to stay out of our pocket. You see what I'm saying? And this is what Trump is saying. What they're saying is we need to limit the size of government because there's too much fraud, there's too much waste, there's too much abuse, there's too much pork. People are getting high, living off the life of the government of the people. We got no term limits on congressmen. No term limits. We need term limits. Nancy Pelosi in there sucking off the people. They come in there and they become multimillionaires. They got a revolving door between Monsanto and all these major corporations and the damn lobbyists. They're the ones who are writing the bills. This government is not for the people. This is for the special interests. So this is what Trump is exposing. This is what we're getting at right here with this election. People can't wake up to that.
It makes no sense. It really makes no sense why the Department of Education has 4,000 employees. That's way too big. We're way too overgoverned. The budget is $237 billion per year. And kids do not have new books. Make it make sense, man.
Yo, you ain't lying, because over here in New York City, I got a daughter, and she's about to graduate soon from high school. And let me tell you something. If they don't got new books, that's one. And the books that they do have is basically on a borrow and return basis. I remember back in the days when I used to go to school. Here's a book. Take it home. It's yours. That's it. You write your name on that sucker. That's yours for good. But nowadays, because I live in New York, so the school system in New York has gotten so corrupted under the Democratic parties here in New York that it has gone so far left that basically they're not even teaching. They're not even teaching what they used to teach me back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, we had carpentry, we had welding, we had small engine repair, that sort of stuff. Here in New York now, they barely got anything. That's why these kids go to school and they bored to death. They barely got anything.
Yep. And then to have a budget that size and saying that, we have all this money, we're helping the kids and all this other stuff. They have old books, and 65% of kids can't read at grade level or above. Most kids cannot read right now.
New York City has the largest educational public school system in the nation. Yeah. And they can't even put new books, new seats in the classroom. You got 30, 40 kids crunched up in a classroom, and you telling me you spending X amount of billions of dollars on these immigrants over here in New York.
Check this out. See, this my thing. I'm gonna let you go conscious next. But this is my thing. Trump exposed and telling people don't really listen. You see, this is the thing. You got to be a really good listener when you're listening to Trump, because he'll say something and it's like in a sentence, but you got to unpack it because there's a lot behind it. And if you don't really know what he's saying, you won't pick up what he's putting down. But he's sitting there telling you that we spend all this money on education and we're dead last against the world. When you compare the world and the U.S., we're at the bottom of the totem pole in a lot of things.
Yeah,
but we spend the most money.
And that's why they look at us. That's why other countries around the world look at American education like we a bunch of dumbasses. That's why every time they hear a university student from America in these YouTube videos that they be posting of certain individuals going around university asking certain basic questions about what they know, what they don't know, when they should know it. When they should know it, because this is basic history that they're supposed to be teaching you in high school, and you don't know it, but yet you in university in a higher educational standard, and you don't know this shit. Other people look at that,
Hey,
Yes,
smash
And,
that like button, y'all who's still in here. Smash that like button. Leave
College.
a laugh.
and most people can't answer the question when Jimmy Carter put the Department of Education in his term. Why do we go from first education to 26? Nobody can answer that question. So ever since its inception, we
Okay.
went from first to 26.
Mm.
Makes sense.
Talk
yeah, and
about
everybody
that.
told
Wow.
my Jimmy Carter was a good president. He actually took us backwards.
You see, and all that was done by design. You see, the thing is that they plan this stuff out 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ahead of time. They know the policies that they affect and the ramifications of it over time. And then they have what they call a solution for it, but they create these vacuums. They create these situations like you talked about. They took out the carpentry in school. They took out home ec. I remember home ec. You know what I'm
I
saying? I
remember
used to
home ec
cook.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, they took away the trade schools.
they
They
don't
they
want
did they did all that for a reason. They
They
knew
don't want you to be
they
financially. Basically, they don't want you like start your own business to be
they
financially
don't want you to be
independent.
efficient
No, that's
at
a
all.
fact. I agree. I agree with the brother that's in the comments. Cause he got motion. He says something basically that the reason why we're so fucked up in the game. Excuse my French. When it comes to the financial aspects of things, is because these kids nowadays are not being taught the one, two, threes and ABCs of finance. And back in my days, I'm 50 years old. So back in my days, we were taught the ABCs and one, two, threes of financing. You understand what I'm saying? Economics, microeconomics, and so on and so forth. They taught us the basics. Nowadays, they're not teaching the future generation how to manage money, how to open an account, how to invest, etc., etc., etc. So kids are coming out of school unprepared for the real world out there. They don't know how to manage a dollar. They don't know how to take a $5 bill and make $10 off it. You understand what I'm saying? Because a
Yeah.
hustle is a hustle.
You want to know something funny, y'all? So I'm taking right now. Well, I'm about to be graduating in finance, but basically my teacher, I'm teaching him how to right now how to invest in cryptocurrency. He has no idea about cryptocurrency. Dude only knows stocks. So like the other day, me and him were talking, and he only asked me because he's seen Bitcoin keep going up, and he's like, "Yo, you think this crypto thing is here to stay?" And I looked at him. I'm like, "What do you think?" Then he was like, "Well, I'm trying to get into cryptocurrency. Can you teach me?" And this is my teacher. Doesn't know anything. He doesn't even know how to use Coinbase, the basics. And I'm not gonna teach him like MetaMask and all the hard stuff. I'm teaching him right now the basic Coinbase, how to buy from Coinbase and send it to Trust Wallet, just the basics, just to start out.
Yeah, you're you're
Yeah,
you're you're
people.
becoming the
Oh,
teacher. The
sorry.
student becomes the teacher because what's happening is the learning curve with technology is so vast now. Everything that we knew 5, 10, 20 years ago is
It's no
obsolete.
longer relevant.
It's no longer relevant. So when you're talking about blockchain, we're talking light years away of
Right.
what you did know. When you have BlackRock and everybody else investing into it, they know where the market's going. They know everything's going to be tokenized. They know that stocks, real estate, and everything else with real world value is going to be tokenized, whether anybody likes it or not. It's a $3 trillion market right now and only going up. So it's here to stay. So the thing is, that teacher is now going to be the student.
You know what's so funny that you say that everything is going to be tokenized because China just invested $100 billion into digital currency.
Yep.
China just did that because they know that that's going to be the curve. That's going to be the curve to come. Yeah, Bitcoin is here to stay. Digital currency is here to stay. Even the American government is planning on. America right now is planning on going that route with the CBC thing, not the central.
The new reserve is going to be Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to
Yep.
be the new reserve to where it's going to be insurance. And once Bitcoin gets to astronomical numbers like 500,000, 1,000,000, it's going to be stable enough and trustworthy enough to where you can invest tens of billions of dollars into it and you can sleep safe at night because what that does is create a new reserve like a gold. That's why they call it digital gold. You can't move 100 tons of gold across the country in seconds like you can do Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's
But I
facts. But
disagree. But
another
I
people don't
disagree with
realize
the
this.
whole digital currency thing. Is America? I don't mean to interrupt you, Conscious, but America has a plan. Basically, well, under the Democratic Party, they had a plan where basically they wanted to control the whole digital currency thing. they was about to come out with laws that was going to put a halt to the digital currency until they came out with their own version. I don't know if that's still in the works, but
Well, with Trump now, I don't think so because he already said he won't do CBDCs, and they were trying to implement that, and that's the only way they can really do so. But being that Trump is pro crypto, and we have the House and the Senate with all pro crypto, congressmen and women, I don't see that really happening because then it would look bad on his watch.
This what I will say
I
in
know in
regards to
October he
that.
said.
There will be a CBDC in the U.S., but it won't be like the people's money. So just like the M2 has M1, Federal Reserve has M1, M2 money supply. Some is bank money. There's different types of money, but the central we have to have a central bank digital currency to be able to do global trade and commerce because other countries around the world will have a CBDC. And so to be able to operate on that payment rail to transfer and conduct business on a global trade and commerce, the U.S. does have to have a CBDC, but that doesn't have to be the people's money. That's just the money that the government needs. The digital currency that the government has to have to be able to conduct payments with bricks, which is through CBDCs.
yeah,
Right?
I
Yeah,
agree.
they have
But
that.
CBDC.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree, but a lot of people worry about that because basically they feel like if the government comes out with the CBD nonsense,
It's not for us
then
though. It's just for them.
the Democrats under the Democrats agenda, the whole package of that was to control the entire cryptocurrency, not just government currency, all digital currencies, including Bitcoin. Bitcoin was going to be a part of that package too, where everything was going to be centralized, and it was going to be under the government's dog watch. So that's why a lot of people started falling back from the crypto. They don't trust it because now anything you move on the digital level is going to be it's going to be under the watchful eye on the government. If it would have went through under the Democratic Party.
But a lot of
Well,
people
this is
didn't
why
miss that. Do you remember? Do you remember, what was it, early like 2015, 2016, when Jamie Dimon, basically Larry Fink, all of them were like, yo, it's rat poison, get away from it. But they were buying it
Yeah,
when
yeah,
Bitcoin
yeah.
was $15,000. And the whole time they were stacking their bag, Bitcoin, telling people. But all of a sudden now Larry Fink changed his mind. Now he's like, oh, it's a quality, what was it? Quality to safety. He changed his mind. He was playing people the whole time.
this is why he started his own stock exchange in Texas. This is why he has a digital stock exchange where things are going to be tokenized because he knew all along when he was saying all that stuff, trying to FUD people out. Same thing with Jamie Dimon and everybody else saying, Bitcoin's a scam. If you look at the headlines years ago, you can see it in the headlines where they said it. And all of a sudden, oh, now Bitcoin's digital gold. It's a store of value and everything else because they were trying to push the price down so they can get in. And that's the one thing, that's the beautiful thing about cryptocurrency. It's decentralized. Nobody controls it, right?
Right.
Even Bitcoin, even all these other tokens, you can try to suppress it or try to put guardrails on it, but it's a global economy now. It's not just a US economy. So it's a global thing to where you can't really control the whole protocol because it's impossible. You have to own all the coins and you can't. It's designed not to.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, Maverick, correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't that work on an algorithm, like on a mathematical algorithm?
Correct. So every 4 years is a Bitcoin halving, and the blocks get harder to solve. So that's when new Bitcoins are created, and then that's when it pushes up the price, and then the market goes crazy, and that's a bull run. So basically, every 4 years, like there's only a finite amount of Bitcoins. There's 21 million ever to be created.
Correct.
So that's why it's programmed that way, to be that way, as a safeguard. It's a deflationary asset.
Okay, I'm learning.
And that's the thing, like when
I know
it
a little
comes
bit
to
about it, but I'm not too well versed with with the cryptocurrency world. But I'm dipping my feet little by little into it. Because I made the mistake back in the days, like many other people. When they first came out with Bitcoin, I was one of those skeptical ones. I had the money to invest in it, but then you always got that that little. I can't blame it, because at the end of the day, you your own person, but you do have influences, external influences that tell you, oh, don't do that because I did that and this is what happened to me. And guess what? most of these people that do that are doing the same thing that person that Conscious mentioned, Diamond, did. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
That same bug in your ear that's telling you, nah, don't do it because you're gonna lose your money. He's doing it, or she's doing it. You understand what I'm saying? The
Yep.
haters, basically, the haters.
Even the country of El Salvador accepts Bitcoin. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta understand. You gotta understand. El Salvador, Ecuador, and a lot of South American countries are. You know that their currency is the American dollar. They don't have their own currency.
El Salvador and what other country? Ecuador.
El Salvador, Ecuador, Guatemala, and them places, they don't have their own currency. Their currency is the American dollar. Why? What do you
In,
think?
in,
What
in,
do
in
you think was the wars in South America during the Bush era and the Reagan era? With the Sandinistas and all of that, when the revolutionary wars, in South America was about.
that was a Cold War.
No, I'm not talking about the Cold War. In South America, South America had a few revolutionary wars. Basically, it was government being toppled by other governments from within. But basically, it was incited by the United States. It's called agent provocateurs. The United
Economic
States.
hitman.
Yeah,
Exactly.
basically, they
That's
basically America sent agents to go over there, train a few soldiers to start some shit in the country and call it this.
Bailo. That's part of the Cold War. When you said Sandinistas in
Yes,
Nicaragua,
yes.
it was the pro-American regime versus a communist regime. Also in El,
Well, that's the rhetoric that many people have been taught to believe, but there's more behind the curtain that a lot of people don't know. If you go, I don't want to get into this because this is the brothers' platform, and I don't,
Yeah,
this
we're
is
going
about.
down. Yeah, the thing's going downstream a little bit. But I mean, there's been a fire live, bro. I'm gonna tell you, we've been on here for a few hours now, and we got all the Dixiecrats out of there. Okay, we got all the
Nah,
Dixiecrats
that I
out
ain't
of
gonna
there.
front. That's what caught my attention because
Yeah,
that last brother that was trying to like school you on the financing part. I got a degree on financing, blah blah
yeah,
blah blah.
yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is one of them
I want,
motherfuckers that think because he got a piece of paper that he can tell people what the fuck, how to
yeah,
fucking think, when to
Man, that
take a
dude,
shit, how to wipe your ass. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That shit pissed me off.
yeah,
that dude was an agent. He was an agent, bro.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he ain't no way that you have a degree in finance and you don't know that the Federal Reserve is a private entity. How do you not know that?
That's common
Yeah,
knowledge.
and then yeah, that's why I always hit them up because I get them a couple times, and I just ask them, "When's the last time they were audited?" I don't know. Don't you think that we should have transparency in government? They don't want to answer the question. I said, "Do
No,
you know
he
that?"
was he was he was trying to take over your whole forum. Like
Yeah, he was going crazy. He was going
like he
crazy.
knew what he was talking about. You couldn't tell
Yeah, he
him.
was going crazy. I try to leave a little bit for the entertainment value for the live stream because we want to keep it light while we're learning. But look, I want to start from the top with Conscious on the way down. Get y'all last words, man. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, we definitely gotta do this again. Because people need to hear the counter narrative. You know what I'm saying? Like dissenting opinions, and that's why I open it up for whoever. If you believe in Kamala and her policy, let's talk about it. If you believe in Trump and her policy, let's talk about it. But I'm always going to expose the Federal Reserve. I'm always going to talk about why people need physical silver, why they need digital assets, and where this economy is going. But with that being said, Conscious, go ahead and you get your last statements and comments out for the night, brother.
I mean, all I gotta say is, I mean, people still have a chance to get into cryptocurrency. You have until what, January before Trump takes office. I mean, you look at it right now, it just depends on how much money you got. Not financial advice, but if you got a lot of millions sitting around, go for Bitcoin. But if you really don't got that kind of money, you gotta look at, I mean, XRP. You also gotta think long term too. You got XRP, XLM, XDC. I'm not giving no financial advice, but also you got gold and silver. What I'm saying to you is like create a budget. Like people don't have a budget. People out here to getting a $20 Starbucks and unnecessary stuff. You know what I mean? It's the greatest time to be alive right now. Largest wealth transfer going on. But hey. That's all I gotta say.
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Let me do one
Peace,
thing real
brother.
quick
Peace,
before I go
conscious.
to Gervado. Money clap for my brother Conscious.
Yeah, there you go.
Always
I like that
appreciate you, brother.
sound.
Yeah,
Gervado, go ahead, brother. Last statements and
yeah, F Trump, F Kamala. I'm a healthcare worker. I'm not a political guy. You were just snapping some gold bars or silver bars. That's what I'm about, man. That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
So, thank you for having me on, and good night, fellas.
Yeah, I just followed you too, brother, and I usually go live. I try to go live Monday through Friday, either between 9, 10, or 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But definitely hop on, bro. I appreciate you adding value. Money clap for you too, man. Silver
There you
bricks. These
go.
are two
There you
100-ounce
go.
silver bars. Go to
Yo,
Atmos
Gerard.
Metals. We got the best prices on silver and gold. Buy low. Go ahead, brother. And
Yo, Gerard, I just want to clarify. I don't want you to feel like I was attacking your profession or your educational, standards or anything like that. So I just want to clarify that. I'm respectful to everyone, but I was just a little upset that a couple of people got on the brothers forum and they started talking this Dixiecrat nonsense without having any actual facts. You know what I'm saying? They were basically twerking and tweaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No
Word.
worries,
That's
man.
all they were doing, in my opinion. They was freestyling. They was trying to like that. That's why I got on. That's why I got on the scene. I spoke my mind, spoke my piece. I'm
No
the type of
problem.
person. Listen, if I offend people, sorry I offend you, but I'm blunt as I'm honest.
No, I understand. I understand. No worries, Bailo. Good
And
night,
I'm
guys.
not so much into politics because to me politics is both sides of the same coin. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes in life you gotta shoot for the moon and star. Like they said, you gotta choose one evil over the other and hope that that something comes right from that decision. You know what I'm saying? Like with everything in life. You know what I mean? Every
Hey,
choice we make in life is like that.
I salute you, brother, for the backup. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the, you know what I'm saying, buy low on that.
I'm into that a
Helping with
lot.
them Dixiecrats. I appreciate you. Mav, what's good, brother?
Yo,
Finish
first,
with-
just want to say thank
Yeah.
you for having me up. Always a pleasure, Mims. You already know, family. Um, and yeah, I just want to say this for everybody listening out there and everybody who's up here. Just do your research, because men lie, women lie, facts and numbers don't. Okay, just do your research and you'll find exactly what everything we've been talking about, and you'll find your own way, because that's the best thing. Experience is the best teacher. Going through something is going to show you better than anybody can tell you. So I just say that, do your own research. And I'm not a political guy anyway, but I just recently got into politics just a couple years ago, only because, it has to do with my life and people around me that affects me directly. So when it comes to those things, I got to stand for something. So I say stand for something or you'll fall for anything. That's all I got to say.
Fire. I appreciate you, brother.
That's peace. That's peace.
Yeah, real talk, man.
I basically felt the same way. I was like, listen, I've never been a politician ever in my life. I'm 50 years old, like I said. I've never been into politics. Because like the brother in your comments, he been saying nothing in my hood has changed. You know what I'm saying? Everything in my hood is still the same, shitty and all that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? You make your world what you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? Not your surroundings. I don't allow my surroundings to dictate how I'm gonna be or how I'm gonna perceive with my life. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said,
Yeah.
that's the reason why I got into politics, because you can't be crying and hoping for change if you're not doing nothing about it.
So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all hopping on. And that's what I say. Look, nobody coming to save you. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a powerful statement, and I think everybody it resounds with them. Trump ain't coming to save you. Kamala ain't coming to save you. Obama ain't coming to save you. Your mama ain't coming to save you. You in an age and era where you have all the information at your fingertips. Like Mav said, do your research. This is why I like open forums like this, where people can hear, a narrative and a counter narrative, because the truth is somewhere in the middle. And this is an opportunity for you. If you don't get caught up in the emotion, you don't get caught up in the hype, you don't get caught up in the propaganda, but you actually follow real people with real solutions and acquire real assets and resources, you could do something that could change your life and for generations to come. And that's the opportunity at hand. And so that's what I hope for people. I hope people don't get caught up between the weeds and get caught in the drama and get distracted. I hope they do get the value that they need to accumulate physical and digital assets because the world is shifting. The reset is here monetarily, and regardless of who you voted for, the dollar is going to continue to decline in purchasing power and lose credibility and status across the globe. And now you have to hedge against that, and you have to get ready for the new economy dealing with AI and robotics and automation and digital assets. And the best way to do that financially, the best way to hedge is save your money in silver and get into blockchain and cryptocurrency and prepare and be informed to the best of your ability. So, man, I appreciate everybody who's on the live stream. Like this out, share this out. We gotta do this again. I'm telling you, ain't too many people doing it like how we doing it, man. This is fire.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. Yep.
Thanks.
Everybody. Yep. Appreciate you. Everybody have a good night. I'll probably be back tomorrow around the same time, 9, 10, 11 o'clock p.m. Peace.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Yeah, peace.